There are a lot of disorders in this world that we don't know much about. One of those is autism, and getting to know it is very important. We first have to know what autism is, but this question is complicated itself because autism could be different things. An autistic person could be very different from another autistic person, and that autistic person could be very different from another. But autism has three main signs. The first sign is having trouble communicating and socializing. The second sign is that they have higher sensitivity towards everything. Or it could be the opposite. No sensitivity to anything. And the last sign is that the smallest thing can cause a lot of stress and head wobbling. These three signs we talked about could be found in all types of autistic people, but there are other signs that could be found as well. Like an autistic person can't be comfortable in society. When they're next to people and there's a lot of noise, they're not comfortable and would rather be alone. Autism causes a person to not be able to completely focus. Like if they're having a conversation and in the back there is a cat meowing, he can't focus on the words of the person anymore and understand what they're saying because all types of noises, not only the cat, but the breeze or leaves, cars, people around them, all the noise equally enter their brain, and that alone doesn't let them focus on one single thing, and they're not able to diffuse the unwanted noise. We have to know that 1 in 60 people have autism, and this is true for the whole world. And they used to say boys are 5 times more likely to have autism than girls. But now doctors say it doesn't make a difference if it's a boy or a girl, because diagnosing an autistic girl is a lot harder than diagnosing a boy. Just like a lot of disorders, it's not known where autism comes from. Some people say it's genetics, some people say it's the environment you're living at, and some say it's the brain growth, but nobody's sure what causes it. A disorder that 1 in 60 people in the world suffer from has to be something that's known throughout society, because there's a lot of kids that suffer from this and their parents don't notice it, and that's not helpful for the kid. Let's see other types of autism. The first type of autism is called severe autism. Severe autism has all those symptoms we talked about in the beginning, plus some other types of symptoms. They basically have lower IQ and have trouble communicating. The second type of autism is called Asperger Syndrome. Asperger is much more manageable than severe autism, and they could have a normal life. People that have Asperger Syndrome are extremely intelligent. Like for example, they could learn complicated music notes and solve complicated math equations. Like for example, a very smart person that got to the professor level had Asperger, but he couldn't ride a bike. Or when they get behind the door, they get stressed out and they don't know if it's a pull or push door. If this professor buys a jar of pickles, he kinda won't be able to open it very easily and will need help. The third type of autism is called Atypical Autism. This type of disorder is kind of hard to figure out, and that is why they called it Atypical Autism, because they don't know much about it yet. The most common type of autism that's seen all around the world is the first one we talked about, severe autism. When you're suspicious about a child having autism, you have to take it to the doctor so they can test them. There are 3 levels of autism. The level 1 is that the person could live with autism and have a normal life. The second level has to have some help so they can have a normal life. But in the third level, there always has to be help for them so they can live life. We also have to know that when a kid has autism, they show signs as early as 3 years old, and the parents can notice this disorder. We also have to know that there is no cure for this disorder. Some doctors suggest the person should take antidepressant pills. They also say that parents communicating with their autistic child would help them out tremendously. But when you talk to an autistic person, they say we're not a sick person. We don't have a disease. We just see the world different from you guys. It's good to know that there's a lot of geniuses in history that had this disorder. You might not believe it, like for example, Anthony Hopkins, which is known as a great actor, has autism and he has it under control. This is a list of famous people throughout history that suffered from autism. Albert Einstein is on there, one of the smartest people in the modern times. When you look at this list, you'll be surprised. Between these 20 people, Elon Musk is in there too, and he admits himself that he suffers from Asperger Syndrome. Nikola Tesla, Isaac Newton, and a lot of other smart people had autism. So don't think if you have autism, it's the end of the world. The parents have an important job in this situation to see the disorder in their kids and get them the right help. Look at these people: Isaac Newton, Mozart, Darwin, Tesla, and Einstein. These 5 autistic people basically caused a revolution in their times and did huge things for humanity. So remember, an autistic person could be a genius, so don't underestimate them. If any of you are autistic, don't be sad, because you just see the world a little different from us. You don't have to see it like us. Don't be sad and think about the positive things that other people don't have. Autistic people get made fun of a lot around the world, and that's by ignorant people. And we made this video to let ignorant people know what autism is. It's very common. It's very good to know what it is and to not make fun of someone that has it. We wish you the very best.